Try to load it.
Less than ideal.
I think we're there. I think we're online. It'll take a few seconds on YouTube to show up. Good. Alright.
There we are.
Are we there? Are we live?
We are live.
If you can hear us in chat, give us a sign. Give us a sign in chat.
Give us a wave. Picture of a beaver. Whatever you
no,
like.
Not the beaver.
No, not that one.
Excellent. We got chat already going off. Nikos is here. Hi, Nikos. Derek, good to see you. Chris as well there. And Paul refusing to wave.
There we go.
Yeah, voices, absolutely. Mr.
Loud
McNair's here
voices.
as well. Fantastic. So what we have tonight, ladies and gentlemen, it's SimSeniors Season 3 Group 2 Round 1. So we've got Group 2 tonight. We're about to get started, just free practice at the moment. And what I do have is a special guest straight from his Oulton Park Pro-Am Group 1 win last night. Straight from Croft Manor is Mr. Richard Cook. So good evening, Mr. Cook. Sir Richard Cook.
There, we won't go that far. Not yet.
Well, good.
I'm waiting on the call from Charles, but that'll come in time, I'm sure.
We are waiting. We are checking.
Definitely be some of that.
So yeah, good to see a few people. How many we got in chat? I can't see the numbers. You can see.
Now you're counting on me being
sorry, mate.
YouTube literate. If that's even a word.
Don't worry about it. I guess it doesn't really matter. It just matters we're here, and we're streaming Group 2 live. So
yeah. So
good evening, everybody.
Yeah, Nikos, Paul.
Yeah.
Thomas, Paul, another Paul.
Laura
That's the same Paul
as well. Yeah.
Laura.
Excellent. Mr. Moff's here as well. Mr. Moff's here. And Adam as well. No aggro between you two in the chat, please, gentlemen, this evening. Keep that to yourselves.
Bomber Rios already on top form. I can't hear him, so it's all fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Right, let's not very exciting view at the moment, is it? Let's see if I can do something. See who else is actually out there on track, off track. Keith. So this evening, sporting new livery there. I've seen this livery before. Haven't I?
The Rays.
Yeah. So let's get on to live view. So okay, big screen. Gents.
Evening, Gary.
Evening, Gary. So hopefully, guys, tonight streaming in glorious 2K. If you want to change your settings to it, hopefully will work perfectly well. Did a couple of test streams last night just to see. I had it running in potato mode last night. As I said, I got it close to sort of Fabergé egg level today, I think. So hopefully it's much better. Let us know in the chat if the video's okay. And also just any comments on balance between myself and Mr. Cook. I can't quite tell from here. Hopefully there's a bit of game audio for you as well. But let me know if there's anything we need to do. Great. So sounds perfect, Thomas. Thanks, mate. Brilliant.
That's what we like to hear.
That's what we like to hear. Fantastic. So we're just at the end of free practice now. Chat's working on the screen as well. God, everything's actually working. Famous last words. Commentator's curse. So what have we got? We've got 23 guys on track for Group 2. This group as well this season is split into Pro and Pro-Am as well. So the white ones, I think the platinum ones, aren't they? Which are the Pro group. Then the Pro-Am are the silvery ones as well. So yeah, we've got the two different categories broke people into. We'll try and keep track of both of those tonight on the track and keep track of who is in the lead of each of those groups as well. But yeah, I'm glad the stream's looking better for everybody. So that's really good news. I think we're going to jump to quali any second now. So let's just see who else is on track. Let's just going through a few of the. Let's have a little think. We got so last season's winner, Steve Howells is there tonight. Volume's a little low. What, game volume or audio? My volume or Cookie's volume? Give us a shout.
Yeah.
Maybe game volume.
So currently running with 8 Pro-Am cars on server currently.
Green light. Give it all you can.
And you got some quick people in the pro-am as well.
We have. So, yeah, last night we were people running. So, the top end of the pointy end of Group 1, low 133s, but sort of mid 133s, up to the high 34s. Some people in the 35s have just struggled in quali because it's a bit of a car park at Oulton Park. We 40 cars on track last night. Very busy track. I was watching earlier in free practice. I saw some guys doing mid 34s to high 34s. So there's a bit of an overlap here, which isn't a bad thing. Mix it up a bit. I think it's pretty good. I'm just going to adjust the sound slightly. Mr. Cook, you carry on.
Yep. No worries. Yeah, so qualifying yesterday especially, timing was everything. So ensuring you actually got a clear run. There were some very quick guys who didn't get a clear run and subsequently ended quite low down the order, and obviously very difficult to recover from there. Conversely, a couple of people, myself included in that, managed a cheeky lap sort of uninterrupted, and again, huge benefits to that. So probably one of the more important qualifying sessions you'll see this season.
That sounds about right. Yeah, absolutely. I think track position here is absolutely critical. I mean, let's get out on track. A couple of guys are actually running now. So we're out in quali now. I think that's a reasonable view. Hold on a second. Let me just sort this out. Great. So we got the track map there as well. So it's still pretty busy tonight. The guys on track. Not quite as many drivers so far. I think we're looking. It's not correct on screen. I'll just tell you. We have on track 26 drivers tonight. That nice mixture of pro and pro-am. And there's a good balance there. I'm not going to count them all up. And yeah, we've got another busy track, as you can see, so it's going to be a tough qualifying for everybody just to get out there and get a good lap in and not get impeded or impede anyone else. So I think it's a bit of a challenge. Looking at the track, we talked about this last night, but if you're just following 261 now, which is Mr. Martin, he's coming down, where is he looking at? Coming down Island into Shell Oil's corner. Very tough place if you're going to try and overtake there. You're really relying on a mistake, somebody running wide through that hairpin. But then coming out of here to the chicane at Fulstons, take this really aggressively in quali. You sort of take it quite cautiously at the minute. But certainly coming up here, if you get a good exit out onto Hilltop, down to Knickerbrook, side by side, that's where we, well, almost saw a couple of the moves last night. And people, yeah, really looking for an opportunity there. So, yeah, it's a tough one, as they all are here, but it is an opportunity. I think you'd need to be pretty brave coming up the hill here, sort of Clay Hill and into Druids to try and send one. But I guess it's
all about setting up here as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is key, getting the run down into the last corner.
Yeah.
It's your best bet.
If you get those two corners right, in third gear, ramming it out there in third, if you get a good run on somebody, we saw some really close battles there last night. I know Colin and Craig were side by side on more than one occasion, come down there, and it was an area of contention, let's say, for quite a few drivers last night. Quite a few incidents and battles on the last few laps as well that maybe we didn't get on stream, but were certainly there. So we'll try and catch as many of those as we can, but yeah, do our best to keep up with what's on track tonight as well. Let's have a look at a few other people on track, and I was just going to look at. So, okay, Bailey's put in a 1:35.1 at the moment, which is the best time we've got. It's at the top of the table. Angelo Corallo, there's 1:35.8, so I think these are going to come down a fair bit, but I'm expecting high 1:34s for the pointy end of this group. Does that sound about right to you, Cookie?
Yeah, I would expect mid to highs. Again, it's all about track position, though. As you can see now, there's not really any space anywhere, so it's all about trying to time a run, but backing off to try and gain that space. You will just have somebody on your tail. They will either try and chuck it up the inside at the earliest opportunity, or they'll then back up. So it's a little bit of a game to be played at the moment. Only 10 minutes left to qualifying already, so
I've just seen the Beavers in chat, by the way. I just wanted to
yeah, they're in.
Yeah, Beavers in chat. Nobody knows. If anybody doesn't know what that's about, it's not filthy, it's not smutty. It's a Friday triple track running joke that's been going on, where I'll get shouted at in Discord for about 4 hours until I actually announce what the track's going to be for the Friday night races. And usually there's a beaver standing on a balcony screaming, which is what I get.
A personal favourite of Chris's.
Yeah.
The other Chris saying if there's a 133 auto promotion to Group 1. LOL.
We love this. We love this. And
Well,
at the
will
discretion of Mr. McNair, talk to admin about that one. But yeah, it's a 133. Yeah, you could certainly be struggling with that. You're saying turn me up a bit, Dan. I'll come up a little bit on the audio. Hopefully that's a little bit better for you. Should match up a bit better now.
So what are we in?
So
Mr. Giles, he's just popped in a 134.7.
34.7, yeah, for Giles there.
So that would have qualified quite well yesterday.
Yeah, to be fair, that would qualified sort of mid to lower mid, wouldn't it? I think.
Yeah.
We had the top 7 in the 133s yesterday.
Yep. So again, I was 10th in a low to medium 134. So yeah, that would have been top 15, top 20.
Yeah,
I believe.
yeah.
So that's a very good time.
Oh, then he's just quit to pits. Yeah. So Mr. Giles there. Who else is on a bit of a good one at the moment? Bailey's a couple of tenths up on his up, but he's blocked now. You see, he's got himself stuck. So yeah, track position, like you said, it's absolutely everything here, isn't it? Martin's on a bit of a flyer here. He's what's his last best? 36 dead, but he's 7 tenths up on that last lap. So that could put him top 3 at the moment if he completes his lap well. Let's just follow this through to completion. And Steve Howells is on a flyer now as well. I get the feeling Mr.
Bailey
Howells
and
is.
Cutler within.
There he goes. Steve Howells has put it in 4th, off screen, but we'll cut across in a second. Have a little look.
Yeah, some good times here.
Yeah, so Martin now, what's he looking at? So he's got a 135.3. So at the moment, let's just nip through for the top 10. So we got Giles in the pits. Bailey, I don't know what's gone to that view, but go TV2, there we go. Bailey's in second on a 35.1, so just 3 tenths behind. Then we're looking at Cutler. Steve Howells has just gone into the pits, but he's got a 35.2 at the moment. Mr. Trowbridge there, sporting a nice looking Aston Villa. I like that. That is good looking. So have votes for the top ones on track tonight as well. Adam in chat, no, there's 26 on chat. It just won't show that many on the summary on screen, mate. That's all it is. But sorry, 26 on track at the moment. So it's not bad. I think we got, can't remember, Colin will tell me, but 30 odd signed up. So there's a bit of attrition obviously each week as people can't make the races. I know a couple of guys couldn't make it tonight, mainly because they're like either seeing family or are old, and we've got maladies. I get told I've got maladies these days rather than ailments. That's what you get when you're over 50. It's a malady. Yeah, so looking on track, who else is up there? Yeah, Giles, so 134.7. Looking a bit further down the pack, then let's just go through. Mr. Wilson there in the new Porsche. We've got a lot of people obviously in the new cars. I can't count them all up because my software doesn't tell me which car it is, only that list on the left, but you can all see it for yourself there. A lot of new Fiats. That's interesting, isn't it? It was a good showing of BMWs last night.
Well, they said it was too many BMWs.
No.
Group 1, but there we go.
Is one too many? No,
So
but certainly a lot of posh Fiats out there tonight. A lot of the new Ferraris being sported by a fair few of the drivers, and they're looking like they're running pretty high up as well. If I look down the grid, though, what we do have here is 3 McLarens, 3 people, die-hard McLaren fans. So we got Mr. Lockhart there.
Clearly mental, but
yeah, absolutely, clearly suicidal McLaren drivers. Brandon Fuller always drives the Macca. It's set up for him and his driving needs. And then Mr. Murray as well out there in the Macca. And we do have a couple of people that didn't get the memo about the Audi. There we go. Yep. Keith Moore. That's a bit.
Conrad Payne as well.
A bit harsh.
Tried to talk him out of it at work. He was not having it.
Are we on the nice microphones in the next room? Is it that quiet, Paul? Just have a check on stream.
No, Thomas is telling him to turn the hearing devices up.
Okay. I don't know if I want to turn the mics up any louder. I might turn.
Volume
I'm going to turn game audio back down, and I'm going to turn you back up because first of all we're getting told the game volume is too quiet. So give that a go. Check. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Mr. Moffat, do you approve?
Hopefully that's slightly better.
Tell you what,
Okay, so
was
anyway, I'm
expecting
missing the action here, guys. Let's get back to the top of the field.
Yeah,
So,
Neil's well down. I did expect Neil to be a little bit higher up. He had a bit of reasonable pace
yeah,
in
yeah.
the
He said he
practice,
was
so
finding it a bit of a struggle in the Lambo. So Cutler here, he's 0.5 up on his lap at the moment. So it's looking like he's going to get further up. Wow, he's put it on pole.
Wow.
Fantastic lap. 134.6. That's competitive. That is competitive. Fantastic. Who else is on a flyer right now? Mr. Howes is putting in a good one. Let's have a little bit of a look at Mr. Howes. If the camera actually keeps up with him. That livery is very fine, isn't it? Very fine livery there, Nikos. I think it's one of yours, isn't it?
Fantastic. Nikos special.
Yeah, I know game sound could be a bit higher. I think if you don't mind me interrupting the game and putting the audio out, I'll do it between quali and race. That's a more sensible option, because then problem I've got at the moment is what's that?
34.5.
Oh,
just a house. That's it.
Yeah, we're going to ban anyone in chat that says promote him immediately to Group 1. We've had this discussion. Yep. Mind you, if we get him into Group 1, we could get Chris Bourne and Steve doing commentary for Group 2 again. I can see a plan for me.
Oh,
I can see a plan.
Like
Steve's absolutely flying there, but that lap from Cutler was pretty impressive as well in the Aston. And we saw the Astons going all right here last night as well. So looking a bit further down, who's on a good lap? Everybody's on a slow one right now. There's a couple of people. Let's go down to Angelo, have a look, because he's 3/10 up on his best. His best is a 1:35.8 at the minute, so he's a bit off the pace, but he's looking to correct that.
If he holds that will put him in a top 10.
Is he running the old? No, it's not the old Porsche, is it? That's the new one.
No, that's new, I believe.
No one's running the old. Who's running the old Porsche? Fantastic. It's just see he's putting the power down. Brake hard for here. Keep the back end under control as you exit. Oh, it's a bit squirrely, but looked pretty good, didn't it?
Little bit of a kick.
A lot of curb. We got a kick off the curb there, and he has. Oh, he didn't manage to bring himself up. It's still P13. Thought he was on a good one there. Just looking a bit further up. Martin's just had a bit of an incident. I think
he had a bit of a moment.
A pit exit incident. I think we'll leave that there.
Oh no, that was him out the first corner.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. He's giving it the big and looking a bit further down. Mr. North in 14th, 1.2 off.
Yeah.
Moved across the Lambo. That's another Macca.
Look at that livery, shiny.
Oh, that is shiny.
Giving Chris Bourne's livery a run for its money on the shine factor. That one.
Can't beat.
Literally got the Mr. Sheen out for that one. Looks fantastic. Okay, let's just have another look at who's up. Ant Flack, he's on a good lap here. He was 2/10 up. He's lost a bit coming out of that last corner, so he's only a 10th up on his best now. 1:35.4 was his best. Let's see if he can get the power down here. No, he's just lost that pace coming through the last two corners. Couple of tenths down, so he's not going to improve. However, looking at the front, Mr. Howes is improving slightly, but 5th place, Bailey, 3:16 there. He's just dropped a chunk of time there going. No, he's picked that back up. He's about 10th and a half up on his lap at the moment. So if he holds that pace, he'll be on a like 1:34.7. Could put him in P3 if he holds that. If he gets
it's not a huge ask. So
no.
We'll see if he can string that together.
So at the moment, I'm looking at it. We've got 5 drivers in the 1:34s, which is pretty impressive. But I think it just shows you the good balance we've got between the two groups. But crucially, if you look at it right down to P14, the slowest time P14 is 35.8. So we got first 14 in just over a second, 1.3 seconds, which I think is nice. It's going to be some close racing there tonight.
Oh, look at that, up to third.
Up to third, so he put it in third. So in first at the moment, we're looking at Mr. Howes. He's just pulled over. He's cooling off his tyres on the grass. Cutler in P2. He's in the pits too. And Bailey in P3. Looks like he's going for another lap. Although
40 seconds left, so...
Crikey, pretty much... who else is on a flyer? Flack as well. He's up 4 tenths. Just dropped a little bit there on his lap. Let's see some we haven't seen yet. Parkinson in P11. He's half a second up on his best. So if he puts that down, it's going to be a 35.1. Put him up to P7 or 8. There's a few people on a good lap.
That's your leading Pro-Am car as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is...
good
Mr.
point,
Sullivan's only a couple of thousandths off him, so that's a tasty little
That really
1-2
good
battle.
point.
So
Yeah.
he's if he can string this lap together,
Yeah.
putting a couple of cars between him and
tell you
Sullivan.
what, he's 6/10 up at the moment. Not the commentator's curse is alive
Oh,
and
you've
well.
done it now.
But yes, let's see what he can do with this. There's a few people a couple of tenths up. Wilson's a couple of tenths up as well. We'll jump to him in a second because he's 50 seconds into his lap. Giles in fourth is a bit up, but he's further down the lap. Let's just see what Parkinson can do here. Okay, looked like he had a good exit there. It's safe, not crazy, but safe. Coming up to the final corner now. On the hammers, he's left it late, but that's good. It looked like it turned in well. Gets the power down. That's not wide, is it? That's fine. He is nearly a second up on his best here, chaps. This looks really good.
Wow.
Put himself up to P3. What a smashing lap. Look at that.
That is
absolutely
a
amazing.
brilliant lap.
What else have we got here? North is a little bit up. He's nearly a tenth up. Just see if he can make that work.
I tell you what, a tenth's going to do a good couple of places here if he can string that together.
Good point. The 35 ones. There's 3 people in the 35 ones. And the one above that, 34.8. 2 tenths now. See what he can do. Nearly 2 tenths. Up to 7th. Fantastic. Neil's put himself in 8th.
That's waited till the very last minute.
Who was that? Just got a blinder there and pushed themselves right up. They were 8 tenths up. I missed it on it. It was the I think it's the guys. Yeah. So look at this actually. So Parkinson here is in a Pro-Am category. He's put it P4 in the group. So that is pretty impressive. That was some lap. Yeah, you're right.
Going from yesterday, that's a huge advantage. So obviously in the championship, although he'll be racing for position, he'll want that win regardless. Those points will count as a win in that category. So in essence, he's just put, what's that, 10 cars nearly?
Yeah.
That's a lot. It's a lot of cars between him and the next best Pro-Am.
Yeah.
So he's done some good work. But as we saw in the Group 1 race, there's no guarantees in the first corner. Wherever you are, so that's a good start, but name of the game now is to make it through T1 unscathed.
Look at that view. Isn't that great? All these guys here, all in their liveries down a pit lane. It's fantastic. Forget what a good looking game it is sometimes. You watch it from third person, it just looks fantastic, doesn't it? Great game.
Nice pretty circuit as well.
So let's have a little rattle through. In fact, we'll rattle through the top 10 then. So we've got Howells, Flack and Cutler. So front row, Steve Howells and Flack. Then we got Cutler, Parkinson on the second row, Bailey and Giles, McKenna and North. And yeah, on the second row, Parkinson P4, as he said, he's top of Pro-Am. So he has got he's got 10 places between him and the second guy in Pro-Am. So that is a buffer. If he can hold on to that, and again, I am touching wood as I say that, if you can hold on to that, that is a massive advantage, as you know. Sandbagger Cook, Mr. Cook. So yeah, I know. Just thought I'd throw that in there for comedy value. Fingers crossed for a splendid turn 1. I'll put it that way. Neil did well, I think, getting up to P9. So yeah, we look down. 6th is Giles, 7th McKenna, North in 8th, Neil Mellon in 9th, Trowbridge in 10th. That's pretty good turnout for 10th place there. Then we got Martin Wilson, Lockett, Sullivan, Angelo Corallo, Devine, McKillop, Keith Moore, Heim, Fuller, Roger Dismukes, Centre, Murray, Trickett, Payne, and at the back with no time set is Jeff Afdal. But he is here, and I hope he is there on track. So let's see. It's a full warm-up lap for the race. Let me just get my audio sorted whilst you talk, Mr.
So Adam is requesting Parkinson get bumped to Pro. I believe that means we bump Adam to the naughty step.
Yeah, you reckon?
I think that's only fair. He probably deserves it for some reason. What else have we got going on in here? Yep, top 11 too close. Be a great race, Nikos. Yeah, not wrong. Hopefully the first lap, hopefully they're nice and sensible. Always a little bit sketchy in the first round of the season. It's everyone, the adrenaline's going, everyone gets a little bit excited, so I think hopefully a nice calm T1 and 2 and then go at it.
Yeah, Scott comments, start at the back and make 15 places on the first lap. I think you make 15 places on the first straight and probably don't make T1 though with that strap. So it's,
There were some valiant efforts at that strategy that went horribly wrong yesterday.
Yeah, it's a bold strat.
It's a bold strategy, Con.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, a couple of Ferraris up the front, notorious slow starters. An Aston, notoriously slow starter. So, who is the top non-Ferrari Aston?
I think I just want to point out at this moment, look at the glorious tree cam that we are now sporting on the screen. I think it's amazing that Kunos has spent that much time, you know, replicating. I mean, that's a true tree sim, isn't it? That is a tree simulation. I could think, I look closely in 2K, you can even see a squirrel. Sorry, Rich, I got a bit distracted by tree cam there.
Well, they spent a lot of time on the tree. It's a valiant effort. Slightly disappointed to make it look like all of the people watching from under the tree look like they're from Thomas the Tank Engine. 4 out of 10 for that.
There we go. That's the view in Steve's rear view. Apart from, I don't think you see the wing, do you? Funnily enough, that's a bit of a...
Yeah.
It's not a real sim. No, it's fine. And okay, we're setting off for the warm-up lap. So again, yeah, just going through the field. Let's have a little look. Go TV1 for a change. In fact, better still. Let's just go helicam and nip through the fields and have a look at a few. I must say, who's that with the red and white livery at the front there? Can't actually. Parkinson, isn't it?
The names back down the side.
It is. Yeah, it is. It is. Oh, you're right. I need to get the names on. You're absolutely right. Hold on. There we go.
As well.
So yeah.
So
that's a lovely livery. I like that.
I don't offer gambling advice. If I was a betting man, I'd be watching Mr. Parkinson off the line. I think the Lambo starts a lot better. He is surrounded 3 Ferraris behind him, 2 Ferraris and an Aston in front, all notoriously slow at starting. So if he can get a good run off the start, watch for Parkinson on the first sort of few corners. Once that Ferrari gets wicked up, it'll be away. What we got going on in the chat? Adam is the king of 15 laps, 15 places on the first lap, followed by a spin.
Yeah. No, I think
well.
To be honest, Adam, I think you were outdone, but we'll discuss that somewhere else.
Yeah, that's another story for another day.
That is another story. Just looking down the field now.
Yep. Good showing for Lambos.
It is good showing. There's 3 in the top 10.
7, 9. Yes.
Yeah.
Obviously, Neil chucking it in at the absolute death. Neil streams. Don't know if you know that.
Yeah, absolutely. He's streaming on Twitch, isn't he? Subscribe.
He will be on there.
Subscribe, you bastards. Subscribe.
Go subscribe.
Look at Roger.
Tell him you came for the champagne. he's offering it out. Roger, 21st. Wiley is Roger, so I'm expecting Roger to make up some in the early laps. I think he plays the long game, could get a bit excitable in front of him, so that's another one I think will make a good start.
Yeah.
Dave Centre in the Lexus, like that.
It's a bit of an interesting line on the warm-up lap there from the 421 from Jeff. I think he's still learning the track. Okay,
421. Did he miss 420?
I think that was already taken.
Answers on a postcode as to why he missed 420.
I know who has 420. I know who that is. Answers in the chat who knows is driver 420 in our group. Right, they're lining up now, guys, side by side. I'm on a good view for this. TV2 front of the pack. Are we all right with that?
I think so.
Yeah, I'll try and keep track of it. I'm not going to jump away from on the first lap to incidents further back down the field, so don't want to miss any of the action at the front. Yeah, it's a bit tricky, but I'm not producer. I'll just do my best.
Keep an eye on the front.
Here we go. Up for green.
The mid.
See at the front. Oh, it's got a big leap on Glenn there. I don't know what happened.
Made a nice start there.
Okay. Good, clean for him on T1. Let's just have a little look behind. Oh, we've gone wide. That's Glenn. He's gone round. He's blocking the track. Oh, dear me. Oh, Roger's round. That is not a pretty sight. Oh, dear me.
Is that Neil?
It's just, I said I wouldn't look back. I think I am just going to go back 30 seconds and just see what came up over the hill. Maybe from helicam. have a bit of a look from further back in the pack, and then we will jump back to the front. Steve Howell's still leading, Cutler 0.7 behind, Bailey 0.9 behind him. So it's fair gaps. Oh, yeah, Glenn went round. Everybody trying to avoid that, and then it's absolute wee bowling, isn't it? Doesn't
Roger
look
had
like
a tactical spin then.
there's a few taps, but hopefully people are still able to continue if we look at it that way. We'll have to see how it works out.
Yeah.
But yeah, brutal. Let's have a look at the front of the race. Said I wouldn't jump back, but yeah, Rich Gasson in chat there, I think it's probably getting PTSD at the moment just watching that.
I believe Fortune's son has just started playing in Rich's ears. It's all gone black and white. There's Huey's. It's all gone a bit nam.
I can hear Chris's calm but still animated voice in chat there going, Carnage.
So looking for big movers. Conrad Payne, he's gone from nearly the back up to 16th, so he's avoided a lot of that. Neil's obviously dropping, he's into the pits. So it's been Conrad's just saying that. Conrad's just dropped back down, so commentated curses.
He's down 22. I think it's reporting incorrectly on the screen, maybe. Yeah, Conrad's back there. Sorry, let's get back near the pointy end.
To the front.
We've got a bit of a battle going on here. So it wasn't Glenn that went round, was it? Who was it who went round at the start? This is P6 now, so it's only a few seconds behind. They're not that far behind the leaders. But this is let's get back in a decent camera actually on this view. Oh, battle up ahead.
That's the Lambo in the lead. Cutler's taking the lead.
And he's up Steve's off.
Howells.
He's got run wide there. I don't think he got a knock, did he? Do we want to go back and have a little look? Let's just have a little look, see what happened here.
Spooked.
No, we just got spooked, and probably the aero wash as well just meant he lost the grip into that corner. Bad luck, Steve. Hope he makes it back onto the track. Does he get it back on?
Love it.
He's back on safe as well. Fantastic. Nice one, Steve. Bad luck, but nice driving. Okay, Cutler's out in the lead now. He's got 2.1 over Bailey, but obviously close in this little group behind. Yeah, shout at me if you want me to jump back to another battle, but I think this is a pretty good one for now.
Laura's screaming, no.
I know.
Ant Flack was the man who went round.
Was he?
Shame he had a cracking qualifying.
Yeah.
He's in the pits as well.
He's in the pits. We got 4 guys. I think we got 4 guys in the pits. McKillop, Wilson, Flack. 3 guys in the pits. And I don't know why. Looks like Neil's down in 26. I don't know what happened to him, but he's
he went straight to pits, so I wonder if he's
okay. So
might
a
have
bit
just
of an incident.
Back out. Cutler with the fastest lap. Obviously he's cleared off.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's making a break. Don't blame him.
Oh, no.
This is where you can now sort of settle in a little bit. Just try and get some consistent laps in. See where a bit wide there from McKenna in third.
So we look a bit further down then. So we've got Parkinson and Martin here, sort of in a little group of their own. Then behind
Pro-Am.
You've got your Pro-Am leader Parkinson, closest competitors in 10th, and it's a fair few seconds, over 10 seconds behind now. So you see he's just got that buffer that he would have been looking for.
He's got to be really careful now not to get drawn into too many fights with pro cars, because his points aren't going to change.
Yeah, it's a really good point. The guy behind him, if it gets close, you've got to look at your own championship, haven't you? Which is different this season for us.
Yeah, so this is new to the groups, having the Pro and Pro-Am categories. Adds an interesting little dynamic. Sometimes the pro cars aren't particularly pleased to be behind a Pro-Am, and conversely, some Pro-Am drivers get a little bit giddy being able to take a few pro scalps. So I think that's going to make for some interesting racing going forward.
So we look at this little group here. We got Bailey, McKenna, and Giles. I think McKenna's looking pretty spicy. Looks like I don't know, he's just dropped back a fraction on the last corner, and now he's in the clutches of Giles behind him as well. Giles is having a little look, showing him something different, but he's not lunged, does he? He's not gone for it. No, he's kept it safe.
Again, a bit of a consideration now for Giles is if you upset McKenna's rhythm too much, are you going to let Bailey slip? So if you're going to get into a bit of a dice, you've got to be confident that you can claw back that time.
Yeah. Let's just
if
go back
not,
to
you
P14.
can break that toe.
Oh, what's going on? Okay. We've got a battle here into T1. This is P15, 14, 15 and 16. Oh, he's hit the bum and he's come across. Oh, textbook. Oh, to be fair, he lost control of that after hitting the bump. The back came round, and then a proper T-boning to who did he hit there? Came round and got the 90, which is unfortunate. That's Paul Murray. Got the impact from the loss there. Yeah, you know, nothing you could do when you lose the back like that. You're going onto the inside wall, aren't you? Unless you steer hard left. Cutler's just done a 1:35.3 race fastest lap so far. Let's just look at where else we got some close stuff on the track. I will scroll through. Okay, yeah, so we got Divine here with Sullivan close behind it, both looking like they picked up a fair bit of damage at the start. What are those tyres doing there? To be fair, they were here by the end of the race last night. They were about 200 yards up the road from where they should be. So quite modest tonight. So this is fairly close. What else have we got on track that's looking really close? Not a lot super close. Okay, outside the...
somebody off in the background there.
Don't know who we're
looks
looking
like
at.
an Audi.
It did it? It may well have been... Was it Keith in that Audi? We'll see.
It might have been Keith.
Might have been. Okay, just looking at the gaps now. Things are fairly line of sense. We just pop back to the leader.
Just as we flick away there.
Who was it? Was it Keith?
Sent it.
Oh, Keith!
Yep.
He's got a new wing. He's got a splendid spoiler on that. That was epic. We need to have a proper look at that, don't we? Let's go back. I think we need bonnet cam for this. Sorry, Keith. Sorry in advance for. Is it not showing there? Oh, it's not showing. It showed on the original view, but not on the That is a shame. That's just the way the game renders it. I'm glad we caught that on camera. That was something quite special.
Out and out team pro-am. Damn right.
Let's just go helicam. So we got P1 Cutler there. He's 3.6 up on Bailey. Again, the Aston seems to still go really, really well here. Bailey's put in a 35.4 as well on his last lap, so they're really close on pace. Giles had a really bad last lap. He lost 2 seconds somewhere. Don't know where that was, but he lost 2 seconds. So he's only 1.9 ahead of McKenna now in P4.
Wonder if he put a bit of a move in, and that's cost them both time there. Because he was behind McKenna, wasn't he?
Righty. That makes sense. Maybe there was a bit of an incident there. But we'll have
again, very difficult to pass at Oulton. There's not too many passing places where you're not going to lose a chunk of time.
Yeah.
So
yeah, let's have a look at this.
Probably a calculated move.
Okay, so we've got Lockhart ahead here, but Steve's closing him down. Obviously, Steve lost a bunch of places with that off track, so I think he's trying to work his way through the pack in a considerate manner, which here is no easy task. Yeah, so
pretty a little bit further down north.
Scott says Adam moved the tyres. I think he did. It probably was Adam. He's been over there.
Out. I'm Adam.
I've not seen him in chat for a couple of minutes. I think he nipped over to Oulton, moved the tyres, and he's back.
Take the odds. It's probably Adam.
Yeah. Nikos called for a restart back there. I thought, no, I've seen worse. It's fine. Red flag.
Surprised amount of cars survived, given how it looked.
Yeah.
I expected about 5 or 6 in the pits. So
again, we've still got 25 on track right now, so that's not bad. Okay, this is looking spicy now. Steve's definitely lined up for a move. I think he must have this in the bag.
It's a bit of a lunch here.
No, he's just showing him something, isn't he? But let's just see what he can do up the hill. Maybe on the last straight into the final corner might be where he's looking to make the move.
Going back to looking at, as we were discussing in quali, it's now about probably trying to set. Look
at this. That is a good move. That's a strong move. He got a fantastic exit. Got to be up the inside there. He's best not to fight that, really. Shouldn't be fighting that. Steve's going to win that all day long. Yeah, and he's just letting him know by... Oh, no. To be fair, came back across. I think he just lost a little bit of control. That is unfortunate. But Steve, fair move. Good move up the inside. As I say, you've got to know when Oldham, know when to fold them, haven't you? That is one of those
Probably
things.
Should have folded. But
I think folding in that situation... It's the learning experience. It's the lessons we learn along the way, Mr. Cook. That's what I think we have to understand.
I might learn a lesson at some point.
We might do. It'd be good, wouldn't it?
That's unlikely, isn't it?
I stopped learning anything after the age of 17, I think.
have a quick Pro-Am check for the Pro-Am peeps in the
Do you know
chat?
what? It's a bit of a battle here. So this is second and third in Pro-Am, and they are line astern. So this is Devine and Sullivan. Sullivan 0.3 behind, looking like he's got a bit of an appetite for a move on the identically damaged Ferrari in front of him. They both have that front end damage. Both obviously picked up. They were involved in the wee bowling incident at the start of the race.
What I would say, if you scroll down a little bit to 14th,
yeah,
that appears to be back of the grid. Jeff
in P14.
That's
yes,
that's a
he
nice...
snuck through, didn't he? Oh, hold it together, Jeff. Oh, there he is.
Steady on,
he's
Jeff.
all right. Steady on, Jeff.
It's unbelievable, Jeff.
I think he's got a lot of damage, though. I get the feeling he's got a lot of damage. That's not the view we wanted to see, is it? That is not the view. We have cursed him, but it looks like he has picked up some serious damage. I mean, that car looked proper out of shape.
Dave Centre giving the Lexus a good run out there. That's again, he qualified a bit further down, so that's a nice move there.
Do you know, I've never run the Lexus, but people still, I think it can be a good car, right? It certainly was before a lot of the 1.8 updates. We're still looking at these three here. So again, this is P2 in Pro-Am category. Devine with Sullivan behind in P3 in Pro-Am. So this is genuine battle for position in that championship. We look a bit further at the field. Parkinson's over, what is he looking? About 17 seconds ahead. So that group that got through the initial carnage are well out in front. There's a big gap there. There's like a 10-second gap between P6 and P7, Steve in P7. This looks like a pretty good battle.
Yeah.
Pogo Porsche, Pogo Porsche off the track, keeps bouncing. You want to try the Audi, it's like trampoline. Absolutely fantastic here. I think AJ made a smart move and didn't drive it here last night because it probably end up in some kind of severe back injury in real life if it ever drove like that. What we're seeing on track at the moment, again, this battle's really spicy, but their lap times, to be fair, what have we got? 37s and 36s, so they're struggling. I think they're all carrying quite a bit of front end damage that's compromising their laps and compromising his indicator as well.
That's a
cry for help.
Veteran wily move. Don't let them know what's coming.
Man with the fastest lap, Steve Howells, has just put in a 35 flat, 35.055.
At this point,
is there a point? Do you know what, Nikos? I think there might be a point for fastest lap. Colin's in chat. He might be able to tell us. Or no. I think, or is it top quali? I can't remember. Maybe it's top quali, not fastest lap. But yeah, Steve put in the fastest lap. No bother there. Nearly 10th and a half up on Cutler's previous best of 135.190. So yeah, Steve absolutely flying now. He's got some clear track in front of him. Car's looking good, and to be fair, as much as he had the off track, he didn't have a smack, did he? He didn't have a crash, I don't think.
Again, worth noting, next car up is a Pro-Am car, so it's not actually affecting his points.
Yeah, so very good. Yeah, very good point. Yeah. So in class, Steve is running 6th, right? That makes sense.
That would be correct.
Yeah,
that is some
good. See,
that's some top quality maths.
Some proper smooth braiding there. I think doing pretty well.
Man has got mad math skill.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Colin says it. So it's a point for pole, point for fastest lap. Okay, it's only a point, but you know, it's a gold-plated, diamond-encrusted point. I think is the way to.
I've heard there's a bonus point for being handsome, so no points for Colin there.
Oh, shit,
anyway,
you know, he's not even here to defend himself.
That's why I said it.
Fair play.
What we've got going on a bit further down, Roger, 18th.
Yeah, let's have a bit of a look further down the field. So if we look back in the Pro-Am category, so this would be from 4th down in Pro-Am now. So we got Heim, then in 14th, Centre, but that's, like I said, that's 5th in category. 6th in category is Murray.
After a bit of an off.
There's some big gaps here, though. We're talking 10, 11 second gaps here. Keith, 7th there. Roger behind him, and then Jeff bring at the back. But what we do have, of course, after the first lap incident, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys in the pro category running behind those Pro-Ams. But they're a long way behind. They've all been in the pits. They've all, I think, repaired damage. So that's where we currently are.
Looking like that, Colin, that's probably not an option, mate.
Pleasantries in chat. That's what we want always.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, Cutler's in front now. It's a 3-second gap. It's not. I
He's
think it's been there
well
for a while. Yeah. And likewise, everyone behind is holding a 3-second gap as well, down to Martin. Martin's in
station.
6.4 behind P3. So that gap looks like it's stretching out. They're all doing pretty similar laps. We're looking at 35.3s, that kind of area. So that's good. That's good race.
That's not a million miles off the pace of probably the top 10. Take the few crazy fast people out of Group 1. That's not a million miles off.
In race pace, yeah. I think we're looking at high 34s, weren't we, for the top 10? And there were some silly ones. I mean, Sparksy won it. I think he did a 33.4 in a race. That was crazy. So
that is
faster
crazy.
than my best lap.
McKenna's dropping back. I don't know if he's had a moment.
Let's have a little look there. Did he drop back a lot?
He was ahead of Parkinson, and he is now down to 8th.
Okay.
So whether he's
we must have missed that one. Sorry about that, folks.
Hard to
Oh, there is a. That looks like a pass for me. So that's Trickett in. Sorry, that's Trowbridge there made the move on. Is that right, or am I on Trickett? No.
115. It was Trickett underneath.
Technical difficulties. Yeah, so that's Trickett made a move on. What's the car behind? That's not right.
I don't know if that's a lapped car. Maybe.
Yeah, it's not helping me out here. Sorry. Yeah, maybe it is a lap car. You could be right. Yeah. So P2 in. That's okay. So it is Divine. He's P2 in Pro-Am, isn't he? So I think either he let him go or there was a battle there. But he'd be wise to leave him be because he's holding P2 quite happily. He's got 8 seconds
I had a bit of that
to
yesterday.
Yeah. Okay.
Definitely worth considering this. You can see how easily you can get tangled up at Oulton as well. Still indicating like an absolute champ there.
Yeah.
It's one to consider. Obviously you've got 17 minutes and you don't want to start having moments. Yeah. Again, you can have a great race, but a couple of seconds, and especially with some of these gaps, that's the difference between sort of say 7th and could be nearly 10th. So
there's comments in chat from Chris as well, and he's mentioned Terry before. Terry is 74 and is a legend, so fair play. He's smashing it there. So yeah, he's Peace. Don't know. I wonder if he's ever been called Big Tez, and what he does to people who call him that.
Don't want to find out.
Chris says he doubts he'll even make 74. Me too, pal. Okay.
Looking at Bailey's brought that in a little bit.
Guys,
that's 2.7.
It's literally at that point where Chris mentions the fact that Terry Trowbridge is a legend. He's put in a 34.8 fastest lap of the race. Fastest lap of the race, guys. He's got sick livery on that car, and he's putting a 34.8. He's absolutely smashing it.
It's got to be worth 3 tenths.
It's got. I think the livery probably. It looks like it's got nitrous sort of in the paint, so he's funneling that to give him the power to put in a 34.8. So that is a fantastic race lap. I think he's the only. Yeah, he's the only guy on track who's got into the 34s tonight. So that is impressive. Nice work, Terry.
Very good.
Excellent. So what we're looking at here, and he's got a nice lead on McKenna behind him now. He's under no pressure there. He is chasing down Mr. House.
That's a really good marker to have.
Yeah, absolutely. Now I think I need to nip to the front because it looks pretty spicy here. He's got the gap down from 3 seconds to 0.7. Don't know what's happened if Cutler's had a bit of an incident. Yeah, his last lap's a 39, so he's clearly had an off track somewhere. Let's see if he's putting it back together this lap. Doesn't look like he's on a particularly. I think
Bailey has been matching and just nibbling away, and I think
Charles isn't far off either. Look at that P3.
That could get a bit dicey towards the end.
Charles has done the fastest lap of the 3 of them on the last lap, 1:36.9. So it's not flying, but they both had bad laps. Cutler and Bailey, 1:39s and 1:37. on the last lap.
Yeah.
So yeah, they both had something. It's made it pretty spicy at the top, to be honest, because there was over a 3-second gap for each of them until this
And
lap.
Cutler's led from the first corner almost. Or was it first corner or second lap? First corner. He's been out front pretty much the entire race.
He has, yeah.
So,
after Steve went off track, coming round Island, wasn't it? Before Shellhole's corner.
So he's
yeah.
So it's easy. You're out there. You're putting in good laps. It's a steady gap, and then suddenly someone starts nibbling away. It's a tenth or two a lap. Suddenly you start scratching a little bit more, and I think round here, as soon as you start trying to find time, you lose time. So probably forced him into a mistake.
Yeah, so we got the Giles behind here. He's putting a 1:36.9, so not a great lap from him. Cutler and Bailey are back into the 35s now, and Cutler's got the edge if he keeps it on track. So he's back 35.4 versus Bailey's 35.9. So just looking again at Cutler, but he's got back marker now. Okay, so this could make it interesting. Let's just see how this works out.
Good move.
And he's pulled straight out of the way. Is he going to stay? Yeah, he is. Smart guy. He's very aware. Good work, Jeff. Nice work. Fantastic. So yeah, this is pretty good. I'm just going to nip back to the Pro-Am category because there's a battle for P3 in Pro-Am as well going on. We've got Heim being chased down by Sullivan. It's 0.9 that gap at the moment. So if we just have a look at that, it's pretty close. And this is for position. And this is for podium position. So it's all to play for there. Cut back to that in a second because we're still pretty close up front. Bailey's still only second behind Cutler. Cutler having to deal with more back markers now, so this could get interesting. Let's just see how that works out for him.
Oh,
yeah, that's great. Yeah, he's through nice and easy. Yeah, I think so. You tell me, because I've not got the lap relative on. I've just got the actual lead times.
That's all I can see.
Yeah, so no, I know. So
I'm having an absolute stab in the dark at that being.
Bailey's through as well. Yeah, so that's all good. That's all good. Okay, right. So let's just have a little look.
Definitely looks like Cutler made the most of that one.
Yeah, he did. I think. If you look, he's back to 1.8. So that's pretty close. Oh, this is looking spicy. Heim is only Sullivan's 0.3 on Heim. He's really got the measure of him through that complex, hasn't he? So coming up the hill now, he's got the drive on him up the hill as well. He's just showing him something different. Definitely gone very defensive, Heim there. He's really watching his mirrors. Can't put it up there. That's not going to end well for anybody. But this is where if he gets the power down, he could be. Yeah, he's really squirming though. Heim's gone really defensive again.
Got to be patient.
Yeah. Again, it's that fear in it. In the mirrors, you see it moving around. You're not comfortable. Probably didn't need to defend there, but he took a defensive line anyway. So he's just compromising his lap, isn't he? As he goes around, which you got to do. You get to that point, you think, right, it's 0.4, 0.5.
Oh. Again, Sullivan's getting some brilliant runs out of these corners.
Yeah, it is looking pretty planted. Whoa, no. Oh, to be fair, is he slow? He's letting back. Yeah, good man. That's the way to do it. Yeah, that was never... unless he ran wide of his own due course, of his own doing, that really isn't the place, is it? I don't think that's the place.
I wonder if he had a moment, because he had such a good run out of that first corner, he might have just in there with a little bit more speed. Good recognition to say that was...
Absolutely, yeah. Good sportsmanship. I think as well, cheeky. 11 minutes to go, he probably fancies his chances of going again. I think that's what we're...
And I don't think they're going to catch in front, so this is pretty much for third place in the Pro-Am.
I'll whip through the field in a minute just to show a few more people, see a few more cars, I think. So, just pop to TV
bloody Adam's on about AMS2 again.
Is he?
Yeah. It's like a broken record, isn't it? Don't encourage him, Nikos. He's like the naughty boy in class. If you give him attention, he'll keep doing it.
Nikos, we'll give you a channel with Adam. Adam gets private channels with people. He gets special treatment. So we'll have your little AMS2 room. That was nasty line through there, wasn't it? And again,
I think he turned a little tight there and thought a bit too much curb. That curb isn't the nicest. Shouldn't be too bad in the end.
The thing is, if I'm looking at their laps as well, Sullivan's got the better of him by half a second on his best lap, so he's definitely got the pace there. Just puts really solid laps together, shows Benny something different. Gets really good line through there. It is Benny, isn't it?
He's running, Benny's running tighter lines, so he's And you can see it in, especially the
Oh,
first quarter. Oh,
yikes! Yeah, that's looking
style.
that's looking a
Love
bit
it.
second hand, isn't it? The Aston. Look, the Bentley's meant to look like that, Rich, not the Aston. I don't think you're meant
The
to be
Bentley
doing
is
that.
a beautiful
zero
machine.
0.3. This is looking very spicy now.
But
It's gonna
Sullivan's.
make. Oh, he's showing it to. He's
Oh,
taking it. Yeah, I think Heim's.
yep.
Oh, he's
Oh,
gone super cautious. I think Heim, to be fair, there knew the game was up, and he left the inside from there. I don't know if he'll nibble back at him. I think maybe he knows. It takes the curb. It can take the curb.
this is where Sullivan now needs to be careful. He's been running wider lines, and it's been giving him a good run.
Yeah.
So,
But this gets
if you
Sullivan
suddenly
onto
start
the.
going, yeah,
He's up on the Pro-Am
podium.
podium now. That's P3 in class. So, fantastic work, Mr. Sullivan. Good work. Let's just have a little look back up front. I think he's Benny. I think pretty spooked. Maybe his tyres are. He's looking pretty squirrely at the back end, at the corners, isn't he? And maybe just the adrenaline as well. It's
Probably two of the cleaner cars left in the race.
Yeah, two of the cleaner. Yeah.
Bates held that at 1.7.
Yeah. So but the gap there is still. It looks to me like Cutler's got it back under control. We look at the last laps for these two. Cutler's on a 1:36.4. Bailey did a 1:36.3, but I think once he gets close, probably he's just not able. You've got to have quite a bit of pace overlap, and you're reliant on the guy in front making an error, aren't you?
So
really
next
to
up
get up
for
the
them,
inside.
it'll be Wilson and McKillop a little way down the track, so they'll be the next back markers coming up.
Yeah. So let's have a little shout out now. So we've got Cutler, Bailey, and Giles P1, 2, and 3. Giles is in a little race all of his own back there now. It's a bit lonesome for him. He's 4 seconds down the road from P2. He's 10 seconds ahead of Martin here in P4. Again, some pretty good laps going in, but if we look at the bests there, Giles done a 1:35 flat, which is good. Martin 1:35.3, so that's probably not going to move. Steve Howells is still being chased down by Trowbridge. The gap is 1.9 there, so I don't know. They've got 7.5 minutes. It's doable, and he's reliant though on Steve making a mistake, which I've watched a few races of Steve's. He commentator's curse. Don't do it. He's looking solid right now. Let's leave it there.
10 seconds off what would be 4th place or 5th in sort of 4th in class. So
let's look down in the Pro-Ams now. Back it's P16 in race. I can't tell you what that is in class. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. P7, P8 in class is Roger. Roger got spun on lap 1. He was facing the wrong way after T1. So he's doing pretty.
Tell you what, that is a very clean looking car for someone who was backwards in turn 1.
It's a very good point. Still looks good, doesn't it?
Well, I think he made a bit of a tactical spin.
He's got a hacked livery. That's what it is, I think. But
Laura's been on the Magic 8 Ball. Steve's soon to catch Parkinson's. So
you think so? It's 1.7, Laura. So yeah, it could be. We'll keep an eye on that. What we do have here is 8th and 9th battling. McKenna trying to hold back Andy Trickett. Andy Trickett 0.3 behind there in the other Fezzer. Not Ferraris. There's a lesser spotted Audi still back there.
Somehow.
Yeah. So there's 0.4 in this. It's looking pretty line astern actually. So I think they've passed he's got one there. I think passed a back marker there. No, nothing. Well,
no.
Let's move them up the road. It's good to see the tyres being used. No, this is still close though, isn't it? If we look at the gap here, it's still only a second in it, and Roger's got to get past. Is it Roger? I'm losing track now. No, I'm losing track.
Yeah, so we're on McKenna. Roger. Oh, a bit wide there from Roger.
So yeah, Trickett, McKenna, Divine, these 3. I think we are looking. Oh, Roger's gone wide there. Yeah, so that's fine. Roger's back marker, isn't he? So he's moving out of the way. That's why I'm losing track a bit. Roger's a lap behind. Keep up, Chris. Let's do this. Yeah, Steve and Terry working together. You think it's a conspiracy here? They're drafting. Oh, I just pushed it wide again there. He's trying to stay out of the way. Fair play to him. He's just trying to not compromise other people's races. I think that's virtuous. So yeah, we got that's a great camera, Kunos. Thank you. So we got Trickett, McKenna 1.4 behind there. So now I've got my head around deliveries. I can see who's chasing who. So
4
Mr.
minutes to
Pink
go.
being chased by Mr. Red and Green. That's the way to look at it. Yeah, just 4 minutes to go now. So looking at the gaps. Oh, hello. We have got Parkinson nearly caught by Steve House. So there we go. Laura had it. She's on the
Laura
money.
is correct.
On the money. Now, a smart man in Parkinson's shoes will realise this is not for class. He would be smart to move out of the way and swallow his pride. Let Steve take the place, wouldn't he? That's right. They're not fighting in class.
No, though, because it still says 6 in front of his, and 5 and 6 in front of their names.
Yeah, it's right. It's you're on the track. You want to win it on track, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. But Steve, to be fair, looking like he's looked after the car well. Looks really solid, doesn't it?
This is big moment in the back. Big moment in the back.
Who was that? Can't even see who that was.
I think that was Trowbridge potentially.
Was it? You're right. Probably was. Let's just have a quick look. Yeah, he went wide there and just ran it wide. God, good save to be fair.
Held it.
That's proper Tokyo Drift manoeuvre there, wasn't it? Anyway, back to the action. Sorry, it should catch up with live in just a second. Let's have a look. Yeah, this is tight. He's not giving it up easily, is he? He's pushing.
No.
So we look at his last, his best lap's 135.7. He put in a 137.2 on the last lap. Steve put in a 136.3 though. So I think Steve carrying. I don't know if he's carrying damage or just or if that's his pace here. I'm not quite sure, but either way, he's hunted him down. It's pretty close on the gaps now. We've also got. I'll just cut back to Trickett McKenna really close here now. So for P, fighting over P8, which in class is P7. But again, the gap's spread out again there. Let's get back to the action. So yeah, Steve again just showing him something in his mirrors, letting him know he's there. But to be fair, Box, he's taking really good lines here, isn't he? He's driving really well.
Yep.
And he's still got 5 places between him and the second guy in class. So yeah, it's
he's got a bit of room for a little bit of a battle, and I think
we're talking 25 seconds there as well. So
yeah. So you know, Howells will be sensible. So you quickly learn who's going to be good to fight with. But just focus on your race. 2 minutes to go. Probably another, depending on where the leader is, another 2 laps maybe.
Yeah.
Bailey had got the lead down to 1.3, but that's gone back out to 1.7. So I think that's probably his last push.
That's a good point. Now. Yeah.
Settle in.
I think he's just
more to throw away at this point.
Cutler's got the pen. No, Cutler had a bad last lap, 136.1, and it's showing an off track as well. So he obviously went wide somewhere. Bit of an incident, but again, once he gets it back on the tarmac, he seems to be able to hold it together. So that's not probably a battle unless Cutler makes a mistake. I'll keep an eye on it. I'll jump to it if I see it in time. Everyone else is pretty well spaced out down the grid. But I'm going to stay focused on this. Apologies to drivers, haven't focused on just where the gap's quite big. I haven't run
coming up onto the back of Dave's centre now in the
leader
old Lexus.
has started the final lap, so it's one more lap after this for these guys. Cutler's 1.7 in the lead up there. Gap to third is 2.6 as well. Yep. So the top 3 are 16 seconds ahead of everyone else.
Well kept out of the way from centre there. So
yeah,
last lap time, if they're sensible, they'll bring it home.
If I don't think sensible. They are, though. Let's see how this works out, shall we? Bets in the chat. Bets in the chat. That's good. Maybe we'll have a little onboard. Neighbours calling for that cat. Always good. Oh, we're just going to go bonnet cam with Steve here, I think, just for the chase. Got to have a bit of bonnet cam, just for
Lost a bit of run there.
Glorious.
Those tyres have been worked hard.
Yeah. Let's see if he gets them under braking. I think he's not pushing, super pushing, is he? But I don't know, that looks swirly coming out of there.
I think he is. You've got to remember, this Ferrari is quite low rev and it just sounds like a trip to the shops.
Oh, it's true, actually, yeah. Was it
described as
a wet fart and a hanky, I think was one of the descriptions we had in the group.
I think that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, Steve's just trying to show him something in the mirrors, isn't he? He's really tidy through there, isn't he? If he gets a run out of here, he's cutting it yet, but he's not got the power down quick enough, has he?
I think
leaders
so.
finished around. I missed that, but Cutler, sorry guys. Bad production there.
Let's get back to the action.
Let's get back to the action. It's hold on. That's okay. Yeah. No, Parkinson.
Quick. There we are. Coming up. Last corner. Here we go. He's having a look.
Steve's having a look. He's not going to do. No, he's sensible. Good man, Steve. He could. I mean, entertainment value, yes, but good racing. No, I think that's the way to finish the race. Well done, chaps. So that's Parkinson holds on to P5, and that's P1 in class in the Pro-Am class. Absolutely fantastic driving. Looking further down in the Pro-Ams. So yeah, looking further down there. So Steve Trowbridge, then we got McKenna. We got Divine here is running P2 in Pro-Am with Sullivan 5.7 behind him as well.
Should wrap up the Pro-Am.
That should wrap up the Pro-Am podium. Yeah, absolutely. So just coming at the final corner now, up and over the line. Cheers, Adam, for the comments in the stream. That's great. I'm glad we caught some of the action tonight. It's hard track to catch it on. There we go. We finished there. So great. Divine second in class, third. But congratulations. Let's just look a bit further down the field there. And then we've got pretty much Heim there comes fourth in class in Pro-Am. Obviously, he was having a lot of trouble holding onto that car for a few of the laps that we watched. Then Centre, Murray, Keith Moore and Roger there as well in class.
Two very good runs there. Roger and Dave Centre, they both came from quite far back. So, and especially Roger being backwards in T1.
Yeah, but let's
tactical 180. So that's served him well there, and a good recovery drive.
And a big shout out to Mr. Trowbridge there for what I think is splendid livery. But also fastest lap, 1:34.8, the only guy into 34s tonight. Look at the other laps. Steve House, 35 flat. Cutler, 35.2 pretty much, rounded up. 35.0 for Giles as well. So there's some good times in there. There's 7 or 8 guys that ran 35s in that race. So it's really competitive. Well done to everybody involved.
I'm going to have to say something now.
What's
that? I hope Colin's not listening. I think he's done a good job of
getting the groups right. Oh, don't say that. No. Surely there's going to be a shout for Steve House to be moved up within 5 seconds of the race finishing. That's the way it works.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
To be fair, I should think Adam's probably spun off.
Cheers, Laura. Currently. Thanks for the comments. Yeah, and Nikos, brilliant. All right, Gary, good to see you here. Thank you. And Thomas, so just a few. Have we got a livery of the night? I mean, for me, it's Terry's was looking really good. I also loved the Marlborough livery I think got absolutely destroyed on lap 1. I think that was one of the cars that got...
That's Mr. Flack, I believe, isn't it?
No, it wasn't Flack. I don't know.
I think it's Flack.
Gorgeous livery, but the most beautiful things in life burn out quickly, don't they? So let's look at it that way. It was a lovely thing to watch. And Neil's livery, Colin, he's got to fix that because it's showing up on Awesome. I synced it, but it's not showing in game, so we've got issues with that. Steve, straight into chat to comment. Yeah, well done, Steve. That's really reserve racing at the end as well. I mean, it wasn't for position championship, but on track, of course, it matters, and we enjoyed watching that hunt down in the last few laps. So that was good to watch too. Fantastic, yeah. So yeah, fantastic to Terry. I think we get livery of the night. Easy for me to say to Terry. Anything else you want to call out before we disappear?
No, I think we've called it. As some good results. Some people who, again, given yesterday, people qualifying lower down really struggled to make places.
Yeah.
And we've seen in this one that, I mean, Roger backwards in turn 1. Dave, I know he was low down. Some people made some really good moves there. So
yeah, cheers, Colin.
It's a good standard of racing as well. So it's nice to see that you can, in this group especially, have perhaps a less than optimal qualifying and still have a good result.
Here's my face. So I'm real. And I'm 51. Somebody said I'm definitely over 40. My God, look at that. Anyway, so enjoyed that tonight. It's really good fun. Hope you all enjoyed it. We'll see what we can do for the next ones. Just to say thank you to Mr. Cook. Jumped in, offered to come in and co-commentate tonight. Wasn't confident I was able to get the Discord stream running, but it's cheers, Paul.
We've made it work.
Yeah, but we made it work, and I think it's worked really well. Thank you so much for coming in. It's really made my job a lot easier. I was able to focus on on the racing a bit more and on the production. So I call it
a nice way to enjoy the
term
Group 2
production. Yeah, absolutely fantastic race to enjoy. So, Graham, thanks everyone for coming. It's been brilliant having you here. Hope to be doing it again soon, and nice to be involved if I can't be racing, but it's lovely to be involved in that. So, really enjoyed it. Roll on SIMseniors round 2. Fantastic
Where is round
stuff.
2?
And just a quick Silverstone at night
Oh.
on ice. No, it's not on ice. It's just at night. But yeah, it's looking a bit pearly. So it could be interesting, but it's a well-lit track, right? Everyone's going to be fine.
Yeah.
There can't be any incidents. Can't possibly. What could go wrong?
What could
Fantastic.
go wrong?
Talking about stuff going wrong, anybody here, quick shout out. Tomorrow night, I haven't announced it yet, but I'm announcing it now. We're going to do a one-off M2 only race, probably around a British track, maybe Brands, I don't know. But we're with Porsche Cup finished last week, so we're going to run BMW M2s. I don't know who knows them, who's had a go in them, but they're meant to be good fun. I'll put an announcement up this evening as well, let people know, but just shouting out now to put it out there. Anyone watching the stream wants to join, I don't know if I'll do sign up for it to enforce the car. I might just trust that everybody picks the right car. So yeah, it's a casual either way. Whether it requires you to click sign up or not, I don't know, but hopefully I'll just set it so you can turn up and race. Could be a good laugh. I think the M2's slow but fun, right? Nearest thing we get to touring car.
It's going to be all action.
And then the week after that, we'll start the Ginettas. I think we'll get that going. I just didn't want to start it the same week as the main event because it felt like too much going on, to be fair. But yeah, plenty going on. So we'll race it. We got races every night. We're busy. It's good stuff on a weekend. We never stop. People like you all seem to be there, Mr. Cook. Yeah, which is fantastic.
Yep.
We got loads of guys, but the more the merrier. We can take 60 on track now, I think, in any of our main events. So any of the casual races come along. Anyway, that's promotion for the evening. And if you haven't already, click subscribe on the channel. I've never always wanted to say that on a stream. I've never said it before. It's exciting.
You have. Anyway. You said it yesterday.
Oh, I did. Okay, I've got short-term memory loss as well, clearly. All right, guys. Thanks very much. At Oulton Park, I don't know about that, Cole, but at least it's familiar, I guess, with Oulton Park. We'll talk about it later. But anyway, thank you very much, guys. Yeah, Brands maybe. We'll have a look. We'll just put it out there. Get something on track tomorrow night. It'd be good fun. Hope to see a few people there, and I hope to race there as well tomorrow night. So good one. Cheers again, Rich. That's fantastic. Yeah, no. And thanks to everyone for coming. See you again.